Enjoy.
An amazing selection of airplanes here.
How are you? You hear airplanes?
Just a really beautiful job displaying these aircraft in this main room. And it's all enhanced by natural lighting. Here's one of the early U.S. mail carriers.
Daddy, come on.
And down below you see one of the few remaining Blackbird spy planes, just in fantastic condition because it's kept indoors here. Very similar to the U-2 spy plane flown by Gary Francis Powers.
Emma, do you want Mommy to take your
There's
call?
the SR-71, also known, I believe, as U-2 spy plane, on display here. And they actually have a cockpit, a training cockpit that you can get into for the spy plane. And I think Emma's going to try it. Emma, are we going to get in? Okay. Okay, here we are under the spy plane. You get a better feel for its massive size. Pretty amazing. We walk under it. And then here's a landing gear. Yeah, look at that. And then there's one of the engines that would power this one.
The latest, we've got the Wright Brothers Flyer reproduction over here,
Okay.
and our memorabilia over there in the artifacts area. We have the Wright Brothers patent for
Fantastic.
for the
And,
airplane.
again, how many planes are on display here and from what periods?
From 1500, Leonardo da Vinci's concept aircraft through a Wright Brothers Flyer through very shortly the 787.
Very good.
So you're talking about 110 years of flight, and you're talking about 450 years of aviation history.
So there's enough here to teach her a little lesson, right?
Yeah,
Well, thank you, sir. We enjoy being here. Thank you.
you're awful pretty. You have beautiful eyes.
Well, I'd like to see if I can get her in there with me. All right, so in addition to the B-47 Stratojet, the very aircraft that Dad actually flew once, we also have the F-4 Phantom out here. This is the same model that Dad flew in Vietnam for 1 year. Beautiful aircraft.
On the entrance there?
Yeah.
You might ask them, and perhaps someone there might have the information. I
I
don't
think
know.
it's the plane his dad flew.
All right, so Emma wants a souvenir from her day at the Museum of Flight, and so we put in 51 cents, and she's cranking away. Keep turning it. Come on, you can do it. It came out, Emma, you got it. Emma, there it is, get it. Pull it out, let's see it. You got it.
Do it again.
What's on it?
An airplane.
An airplane? Cool. Look at the little boy's looking at you, Emma. He wants to see it. You know, once upon a time, very long ago, there was a dream that everybody could have an airplane in their car. I believe it was called an aero car, right? Let's take a look. This is the kind of car Emma would have had when she was growing up. Look at that.
No, I don't want a car like that.
You don't want a car like that, but you can
No.
fly in it.
No.
Oh, Emma. So here it is, called the Taylor Aero car, designed in 1968. And yes, as you can see, it has wings. It has wings. A flying automobile. Sure enough. Take this on vacation. I don't know if it would make it all the way to Honolulu, but nonetheless, once you get to your destination, you drop the wings.
That car.
This is the car I want to get you.
No.
And there it is. Okay, now we're on the bridge that will take us over to another part of the Museum of Flight where you see some of the classic airplanes. So there is one of the SSTs. Look at that, the Concorde. Supersonic transport flight. And we get to go on it. Oh, look at that. Okay, we're now across the street in the museum's space gallery, and inside they have a mock-up of a space shuttle. So this is an exact size, and I believe was used for training once. So let's go take a look. All right, so what do you think about what you're seeing?
It's fantastic, honey. It's very, very interesting.
Okay, so they have a really nice exhibit of the Russian Soyuz TMA-14 descent module. And look at that, there's a Russian spacesuit. But the real treat is right next to me. There's the descent module. And let's go take a look. As you go up the steps here. Look at that. That's amazing. Not a lot of room in there. Just across the way you can see the rear end of the space shuttle mock-up. Yeah, so you can go into the payload bay, and I believe you can go further forward, but you just have to pay a little extra.
As I'm driving the chopper, and that's the right position for me.
And Christine was wondering, how do you go to the bathroom when you're in flight or in space? And here's the Soyuz ASU toilet. Hard to explain, but I think the general idea is that all your fluids have got to go in somewhere, namely here, and then into that tank. Can't be comfortable. Okay, and if you're curious about how they go to the bathroom on the space shuttle, it's right here. This is it. Put your feet in here, and as you can see, we have a tube here for the urine and the little toilet seat there for number 2. And that's how they do it on the space shuttle, or they did anyway. Okay, we are now standing below the Concorde, one of the first supersonic transport jets ever built. And this one flown by British Airways. And we're going to actually get to go on this. And you can see the line, it's really popular. And there's Christine taking pictures, doing a good job capturing all this. Okay, here's the underside of the jet, of the Concorde. Pretty cool. And the landing gear. See, I've been down here to the Museum of Flight many times, mostly for business reasons. So this is actually the first time I've been across the street to see the display of the early aircraft like this one. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Concorde SST was like to fly on. So it's going to be a really cool opportunity. And then we'll go on Air Force One right over there. Okay, we're now going to step onto this Concorde, take a look around, and Emma has beaten us onto the aircraft. So let's see, Emma. What are you looking at here? Oh, look. There you go. It actually doesn't look too bad back there. Here's the bathroom, Emma. Look, see the bathroom? Okay, go ahead, walk forward, Emma. Well, pretty tight quarters, but I would not say this is uncomfortable.
Whoa, no kidding.
The seating actually looks pretty wide. You look.
Yeah.
It looks pretty decent.
Yeah. With the aisle.
And here's Emma looking for the first class section. What do you see?
Hey, honey, turn around.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. We're at Mach 2 right now at approximately 55,500 feet.
British rock star Rod Stewart and his hairstylist flown in from England on the Concorde before a concert in the US.
Go forward, Emma. Let's go check out the cockpit up front. There's the cockpit, Emma. Yes, Mach 2. This is where the pilot sits, Emma. Look. This is the pilot. You see anybody in there?
No.
But that's where they sat. Look at that.
That's
Emma.
when your grandpa sat there?
Well, Grandpa didn't fly this plane, but he probably could have. Well, it's been a great day. We've seen a lot, and we're certainly going to come back because there's a lot that we didn't see. They've done such a fantastic job here. So remember, you now have the main museum right over here, and then just across the street you have the Space Center, which has a lot of the historic aircraft such as the Concorde. Another part of the museum, of course, is the original Boeing Airplane Company building from the early 1900s. This is where Boeing first started building airplanes, and they preserved it. They moved it here to Boeing Field and preserved it and painted it up. It looks really great inside and out. Okay, this is called the Personal Courage Wing, and this is where they have a lot of the famous World War II aircraft. And right in front of us here, you can see a Spitfire, and right across the way, the famous German Messerschmitt. Amazing. And across the way, I'm seeing looks like a P-38 Lightning. Look at Emma's enjoying this. What do you see, Emma? Oh yeah, there they are scrambling. 51 Mustang.
Tiger!
Yeah, look at that. See that? Let's go see the tiger. I'm gonna take us over there. This is the one part I hadn't seen. Well, I like the whole thing. It's just that these are great. Here I come. Okay, Emma has just found the Russian Yakovlev Yak-9U. What do you have on the side of this airplane, Emma? What do you see? Oh, the tiger. Shere Khan. Lift them up. That's Russia. Soviet Union. Look at that.
Come on, I want to go home.
Are you ready to go home?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a P-47D Thunderbolt. These are in remarkable condition, every one of these aircraft. Nicely preserved. And here's the F-4U Corsair. Beautiful aircraft. This is actually an FG-1D Corsair. And here's a beautifully preserved Japanese Zero. Appears to be a Zero. You want to go see the tiger? Don't be afraid. Go on up. Challenge it, Emma. Okay, Emma really enjoys seeing the tiger teeth. And you know what this plane is? You saw one in Honolulu. Remember that on Oahu? This is the P-40 Warhawk. Look at those tiger teeth.
These are real.
Look at that. This one is called O'Reilly's Daughter. As you see, if you're into airplane spotting, look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty amazing. Look at that.
He shot down 6 Japanese
Six.
airplanes.
That's right.
Get out there.
Emma, get out of there. You're too close to his mouth, his teeth.
Look at Mama Bubs. There, there.
There it is. Beautiful. And they have one of these sitting right outside of Wheeler Army Airfield on Oahu. This one's in fantastic shape, though, being kept indoors. Okay, so this is not a Zero. This is a Nakajima Key 43 Ila Hayabusa. I wonder what the nickname for this one was. Beautiful airplane, though. Another view of the Spitfire.
Come on, Daddy. I want to go home.
Emma, do you want to get inside this airplane?
No.
You don't? Look at the radio.
Hello, playmates. And now, for no reason at all, I'm going to sing you a little song that made me famous. The song that I made famous.
This is London calling, Colin.
Have to turn it off.
You recognize that song?
That's Dorothy.
Dorothy from somewhere over
Hey,
there.
come see. Her picture's on here.
And then you're now looking at the Lockheed-built P-38 Lightning, one of the famous fighters of World War II. Came in late in the war and fought primarily in the Pacific.
Look what I got. I saved $1.
All right, Emma. And a Gemini capsule. It's amazing the size of that thing, but look at that. And then here's an exact replica of the Wright brothers airplane that flew for the first time. Look at that. Look at that, Emma. Look at that man. So you remember Daddy has one in his office? All right, we're gonna leave the main viewing area here. This is a really fantastic experience, so I hope that Emma learned something about flight. Emma, did you enjoy today? Was it fun? Yeah. Okay, and the museum is fortunate enough to have one of the few remaining B-47 Stratojets, and we have every reason to believe that this is the jet that Dad flew when he was based at Lincoln Air Force Base in Nebraska. This is a medium bomber, and but only one of these, and it was Dad's, I believe, was sent to the Northwest for museum purposes, and it was relocated here a few years ago. So I'm running this down, but I'm fairly confident, 99%, that this is the plane that Dad flew when he was flying for the Strategic Air Command, known as SAC, out of Lincoln Air Force Base. So here's a salute to you, Dad, and a wing wave. A beautiful airplane. It had some significant design flaws that caused some crashes in its early years, and those were later corrected. And I believe this plane was retired from service in the early I think the late 50s, early 60s. Yeah, probably the early 60s. And here comes Colonel Drelling, scrambling to take off on a mission. Colonel Drelling, hurry, get in the plane. That's good.
The light's getting low, honey.
I know.
Sparkling with the
Time to go. That's right. Okay, well, it's been a great day, so we're going to wrap it up here, and we couldn't think of a better way to do that than to take one look at Dad's airplane. Always nice to know that's on display here permanently. I think Emma and Christine both learned a lot today. Christine, any thoughts on your visit here today?
We just loved it. We had a great time, and I'd love to come back and see some of the movies and hear some of the different briefings they have. That would be exciting. We'd love it.
All right.
And
Emma, you ready to go home?
Doggy. Look at that cute doggy.
You ready to go home?
He's ready. Okay, let's go. Getting cold.
So imagine